Uh, we're back in Vintage Story. Just done a little bit of housekeeping off camera, and let's just make sure we're up and running well. Looks good. Um, all right, so we've got a few more clutter items here, and the reason for that is because I found a little ruin down below, and I got everything out of it, so I brought it all up here. I ended up making my first bronze. I don't remember if I filmed all this, um, but I made. Hang on one second. I gotta check one thing real quick. Um, yeah, so we went ahead and just did a bunch of things. Oops. Yeah, so we went ahead and just did a bunch of things. Okay, the stream looks good. Sorry about that. I was just checking. Um, okay, the stream. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue where we left off. So okay, and this goat has grown up. It is. We now know it's a ewe, so that means we need a ram. We've got quite a bit of. We're basically trying to get bronze. I was just doing a little bit of inventory management by getting rid of these path blocks. It's kind of frustrating because I have to keep making flint shovels, but this will all be not so much a concern in the very near future because we're really moving pretty quickly into the metal age, and that'll be a lot, a lot better. But yeah, these path blocks, very easy to build a little bit of a world kind of infrastructure, if you will. You just kind of go over and find where you want to put the path and start digging, kind of a organically shaped path down. Now there's ways to make the ridges between heights less jarring, but this is basically the process, and then you try to keep your path somewhat straight, I guess. The problem here is that I'm kind of going along this coastal area with this path, and I'm not sure I really want to do that, but we'll have to see if that's the direction we want to take this long term. But I figured if I just kind of make the path loop around like this, we can easily connect that kind of a thing up with our base whenever we figure out where the entrance is going to be and stuff. But I just wanted to get rid of these path blocks, and of course the sort of side effect of doing that is I'm going to end up with a whole bunch of sand, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Alright, let's see how much that gets filled in. Realistically, I don't think a lot of engineers would prefer to build a road right along a flooded sandbank like this, but we don't have to be particularly realistic. I mean, we can always improve the road structure later. This is just an initial proof of concept, more or less. I guess I should start moving it this way. I gotta follow the land up around here, I guess. Let's see if I'll just go along the coast, and we'll connect it up to here, basically. Okay. See, I've got some kind of more or less mathematical conventions established for how I curve my paths. And so, like, if I turn it like that, that's fine, and this is fine. But I find that it's better to add one additional revealed block there, so... Alright, and that is a good start on this path. And so this one can, curve around here and go up. I mean, ultimately we're trying to connect these villages, right? we could do a path that way too, but I guess this one's going to come along here. This one's going to go along there. It's one of the nice things about multiplayer servers, by the way, is people tend to build and connect to path networks. And I'm really glad that this game supports path blocks. I think that's a good, welcome addition to this game. And unlike the ferns, the flowers do pop off when you shovel them down. So I'm just kind of doing just a little bit of last minute terraforming here. It's getting late in the day, and we'll probably go ahead and sleep for the night. But I don't mind having a little bit extra medium fertility soil because I actually have storage for that. Oh yeah, most of our fruit trees, like every single one of our yellow fruit trees, failed to take. I'm just gonna turn on my radio in the background. I hope you don't mind. Alright. So let's get these. Oh, we're losing health. This thing's gonna be full before too long. And yeah, I've been putting these flowers near this beehive. It's now considered large. I could make another beehive soon. Grab a bowl, and I'll just take this. Okay, let's go ahead and sleep. That's interesting how I've got on the map a flower and a tree symbol. We have a light temporal storm. This is a good opportunity to get some temporal gears and maybe even have a prospect of getting one of our translocators up and running. Let's see. I'm going to just delete both of those. What is it? Shift Control M? That's fine. I guess it's fine. Whatever. Okay. Okay, so I did find a torch holder down at the ruin near my place, so that's convenient. Let's go ahead and put this. I do like this bed. It's not functional, you can't sleep in it, but it is beautiful. And what I did was I made a bronze chisel off camera, and I chiseled one of the ingots into bits, and that's how I've got this right here. And I think I can get another 40 copper in there, so did I mine any more copper yet? No. Let's see, there's probably the nearest copper. Let's just go get some of that. And I keep checking for the X Skills mod to update. It has yet to update. We've got 4 hours until that light temporal storm. I think I've got time for a bit of copper gathering. I haven't done too much of this on camera, but this is the next step in your metal transition, is you want to go find the places where you found surface deposits, and then obviously dig downwardly toward them and get down to the rock, and then look around for the copper. And this obviously would be faster if I still had that shovel, but I used it up and I don't feel like making another one, so we'll just do one more by hand there. And let's see, we should be getting copper any moment now. The surface deposits are rarely more than 3 deep. So I'm just kind of poking around for it. I think it's, yeah, there we go. I find that sometimes I build my staircase and it just kind of goes right over, or right through a copper deposit, which I don't notice. This is medium copper, so this will be a decently plentiful outcome here. All right, so yeah, this is a pretty good haul, I think. This might actually get me through. I'm not saying to the Iron Age, but it'll get me pretty darn close. I mean, this is a lot of copper. Excuse me. These surface deposits tend to be poor and medium, and they tend to have a pretty firm maximum for the size. And frankly, this deposit here seems like it's pretty much max size almost. And I'm just poking around a little bit on the edges to see if it's truly the edge or not. See, there's a little bit more down here that wasn't very easy to see. Okay, let me just do a real quick node search. And there's no copper left, so we got it all. That's impressive. I usually miss a few pieces. Alright, there we go. And I grade those out when I finish mining them. Now, you'll note that there is quartz that I found, but that's not worth noting. It's so common of a resource. I guess I could do a quick density search while we're over here. I've done some density searches in this area, but I think let's just do another one real quick. Okay, so as you can see, we've got cinnabar indicated, maybe a little bit of hematite on the radar there. If I go to the map and I turn on my prospecting layer, you can see if I go to hematite, for example, 0.96, 0.75, 0.8, so it is getting stronger in this general area. You can get a little bit of a trend, and these orange dots are all prospecting dots, except for this one. And that's fire clay, and if I really need to start not using orange dots for anything but the prospecting, because that's the new built-in system. I don't like it as much as the mod, by the way. The mod came up with these little shaded out areas for each chunk, and it was kind of easier to kind of see where you were and where you're going. But that being said, I mean, I think this still gives me a perspective on where the hematite is. It's going to be somewhere over here. In fact, that's fire clay too. I think I just had a misspelling there. Alright, so we're not going to count that. But anyway, we got to get ready for this temporal storm, as much as I'd like to be doing other things. But the idea of getting a temporal gear is pretty enticing. So let's go get ready for that. Okay. So this is Chert Stone. Alright, so let's get this. And I'm assuming, yeah, I'm not going to be able to. So I can get up to 1200, and that's it with that amount of tin. So that's the functional amount that we're going to go for here. Okay. And then we'll put these. Ah, shit. I shouldn't have done that. Let's grab that out. I need more storage is what I need. Once we get the chance to burn that down, we'll... in fact, let me just grab this black coal and get that in the fireplace. but I'm not going to light it until after the temporal storm. Okay. There's 3 spears. Should I make another one? Let's make another one. Make 2 more. Just for the temporal storm. Alright. And we'll get these made up. And then probably... Let's go ahead and have the last of this soup. I should probably get some healing items. Probably grab another stack of food just in case we start running low. Grab those carrots. Actually, I'm going to save the carrots. I'll grab another thing of parsnips. Grab that. Okay, and then we have sand.
It's pretty gross, but you know, stream brain. I mean, they very well may be just opportunists, but why are we giving them the opportunity?
Everyone's an opportunist. I mean,
I'm gonna kind of throw these down here like this, and that way I have a little fighting platform. And that theoretically the drifters won't be able to get on top of. Okay, it's not a bad start. Let's go for it from here. Just a few minutes before this gets started.
Was Sam ever on news radio? No, that show was great until Phil Hartman sadly. Between the 101 and the 5.
Might as well start digging this up real quick while we have a minute. See, I'm not worried about even though I don't have armor, I'm not worried about this storm at all. I mean, it's just a light temporal storm in an area that's not exactly dangerous. It's light out. I just don't feel like I'm that threatened. I've got my healing on me, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's start out here. What I really want to do is get a double-headed drifter. Okay, there we go. Well, I got hit there again. Okay, let me get my healing.
And I guess he was coming to some town. Where was he coming to? He was coming to some town, and he was basically.
There's a double-headed. Okay, so that's the one I want to kill. Right there. Fuck, I missed. Okay, I'm not letting this guy get away.
Wait, so why? Yeah, okay. So this is what Tim's covering.
Frankly, being in the water helps. It slows them down and keeps me a little bit more on my game. Okay, there's all 5 of those.
Oh, this is the guy that said that, you know, if I had a gay son, I would see myself as
there we go.
Oh, so he's a horrible person.
Okay, he got me good. Okay, so let me try to harvest these, and then I definitely need to retreat to my defensive platform area. I really want this one. There we go. That's what we're talking about right there. We would love another temporal gear. Unfortunately, I have let myself get hit a few times, which makes it less... It drains my ambition a little bit on that regard. Alright.
advertisement campaign that went awry. I don't care.
But are you truly woke though? Like, are you really, really woke? Because
Let's eat while we're waiting.
Accountants who are really
a little light.
There is one that I could harvest there.
I guess I don't know.
And that, is that a nightmare? See, I'm concerned about nightmares hitting me.
After the boycott, and they cannot make any moves. So if the woke left comes out and says,
Whoa.
we hereby condemn Sean Strickland, we want to protest and boycott, UFC and Bud Light's going to be like, we cannot afford another controversy. So we don't need to give it to him. That's what I'm saying. If we were to tweet right now, thank you, Bud Light, for bringing us this fight and for sponsoring the message of Sean Strickland, Bud Light's going to go, oh crap. What do we do?
Yeah, we're not doing so well. I'm deeply concerned that I might die on this.
Sponsor UFC.
I think if I keep moving a bit, it's gonna help.
A message like this. I'll say it again. Sean goes hard.
Oh
He
shit.
goes harder than I would, and I think
Surprise here. This is a preview of both how Tim and Dave Rubin view this issue, which is that they recognize that what this guy says here is homophobic beyond the pale. It's so bigoted. But they want to cash in on the bigots that like it. And so they're going to say, like, oh look, I might have some quibbles here, but it's the thought that counts. That's right. There's a lot of people out there who want to be able to embrace this, and I'm going to give
Well,
you the opportunity to.
I'm not at all convinced that I'm gonna be able to pull off another
Determinations about how
drifter kill with
want to absorb woke content. If they don't like it at all, why would we need
my
some
current health. I don't have the
light support for Sean Strickland
means to heal,
Because that's politics.
and that cherry tree didn't make it.
Politics.
Oh, right.
Apparently, though, I should say, I stand corrected. It's not Anheuser-Busch anymore. It's the huge conglomerate InBev. Which shows how much we've been. Yes. Sorry, I've not been thinking about it.
Alright, we got that one. Let's see if he's got anything.
he goes harder than I would, and I think if we were to sit down and have a rational conversation, like just
That cherry tree did take, these other two did not. So that's good to see. I
will
will tell you that my yellow apples did not take at all. They all died. They're over here somewhere.
This is what we need. While I may not agree with how he says things, when he calls people, we need people to speak up for what they believe in. Of course.
We need folks like this to say wildly offensive things, so then it makes it okay for us to say things that are 90% as offensive as that. I mean, Sean Strickland's the tip of the spear when he says those kinds of things, because it gives us the okay. Maybe your ideas aren't that good if you constantly need these, like, celebrities or whoever.
Okay,
to
so
validate it and push it out to the
I wouldn't mind like one isolated
level
double-headed
of ideas
to
lay out.
But the interesting thing that Tim
get a little bit more.
there is
Oh,
some valid critique. But then he says
okay,
this,
I pushed the wrong
essentially
button there.
what
Wow.
he's saying is, however, it really shouldn't be aired.
Alright, I guess we'll try to kill this guy.
Because,
It's a tier 4. Double-headeds are tier 6s.
he said,
And they're all but guaranteed to drop a temporal gear.
vociferous critique of somebody saying that.
Oh god.
But he's
Nightmares are fairly likely as well, tier 5s.
I'm going to make this more palatable. This is how I'm trying to build my audience.
People, we need people to speak up for what they believe in. Of course, they're calling it all hate speech. No. I'm gonna pause
Okay,
right
I'm
there.
about to die.
We don't gotta be mean to trans people. I think these are people who are suffering. But this guy's not calling trans people names. He's calling woke people names. So don't play that. People, what the left is trying to do. This is what we have for the pink news. They say Sean Strickland thinks being trans is an infection. That's not what he said. He called the reporter who supported Trudeau seizing bank accounts an infection. See, that's the game. They're trying to manipulate what's being said, but you know what? I'll take it. The pink news saying this about Sean Strickland.
Oh boy, we're
Bud
getting
Light, you're in serious trouble.
a lot of
Bud Light will do everything in their
rocks
power
being thrown.
to try and avoid
Well, it'd be nice if I don't die.
Sean Strickland. The moment you've been waiting. Let me show you some of the quotes. Actually, let me play
You
the
just
video
scroll
for
through
you.
that part.
Oh boy.
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Okay, he just despawned right in front of my eyes.
I'm going to show you something. Actually, no. We're going
Well, we got one.
we can't really see what he actually
That's something.
So it wasn't necessarily about Trudeau's policies.
No.
Huh.
Let me show you some of the quotes. Actually, let me play the
And
video
there's
for
another
you.
guy
I'm
leaving
sharing
there, but
here
Really don't feel like going and picking a fight with him. Okay, we got one. We got all of our spears back.
I'll also point out, every other word out of Sean's mouth is the F word.
Oh, look, another, I'm saying he's a swamp, you guys, a swamp.
Okay, sorry about that.
Let me ask you something. Are you gay? No, are you, let me know, are you gay? Well, not asking, this is the part of, are you a gay man? I'm an ally of the community. Okay. If you had a son and he was like, you know, he had a son, he was gay, you'd be like, oh man, you don't want a grandkid? Oh man, well, dude, you're a weak fucking man, dude. You're part of the fucking problem. You elected Justin Trudeau. Like, when are you fucking...
Alright, let's go ahead and light this fire now that we're done with the drifter fight. The fact that we survived that was a bit of a miracle. Alright, let's put some of this stuff away. And where are we at with this? We've got 4. Alright. And we've got quite a bit of these gears now too, which is nice.
He sees the bank account like you're just fucking pathetic, and the fact that you have no fucking backbone, and as he shut down your fucking country and sees bank accounts, you ask for some stupid shit like that. Go fuck yourself. Move the fuck on, man.
That's it right there. There's more to that. Right there, yeah. But this is what he's talking about with you're being weak and you're an infection. He says, if your kid was gay, you wouldn't want grandkids? Well, you're a weak man. What he's saying is, and he says, okay, it's pretty straightforward.
Sorry, I'm listening to like leftist commentary about right-wing talk radio right now, so if you hear some weird things in my radio in the background, it's because it's a lefty show making fun of right-wingers, which is, in fairness, the proper response to right-wingers. Okay, so that's heating up and it's coming along. It's going to take a minute to get all the way over here. But it is moving along. Okay, very good. So let that continue. I guess while that's continuing, I need a few more flints. Let's go look for a little bit more flint over here. Maybe get a shovel, do a little terraforming, whatever.
From October of 2021, he was on an episode of the MMA Hour podcast, and he said about his childhood, the rough childhood thing. Like, everybody has an effing rough childhood. I've met people in my life that make my effing life look like Disneyland. For me, I was just really effing angry. I was so angry. I actually went through this weird neo-Nazi white supremacist phase when I was younger, and I got kicked out of school for like hate crimes, all this crazy shit. Well, I mean,
Alright, let's go ahead and just harvest up some of this fire clay.
He's really grown since then.
So do you want to do more Tim Pool, or do you want to see how Dave Rubin? Let's do another like 30 seconds of Tim Pool here.
Well, let's all play more. These people stood back
Oops.
and watched as Trudeau and these authoritarian
Alright, there we go.
stole money from working class people who were upset because their lives were being destroyed.
The question is
That's
about
what he's
gay
calling out. But I will play more because he has to go hard.
It's weird.
I think they might have updated this texture, this fire clay texture.
The question had nothing to do with that at all. Had nothing to do with that.
Oh, 1 second, I gotta...
You realize, like, saying, hey, you're a gay man, you're weak for not forcing your kid to have a gay kid to have a child. That wasn't really strong, so you...
Okay, sorry, I was just checking something on my stream. Okay, one thing we're gonna want to start doing as we get close to iron is getting fire clay going, because we're gonna need to build bloomeries. So this is a good, useful, productive activity while we're waiting for that bronze to finish. Oops, that's not what I meant to do.
This Canadian's not that Canadian. Are you still going to use your flight time to... Here's the thing about Bud Light. Here's the thing about Bud Light. 10 years ago, to be trans was a mental fucking illness. And now, all of a sudden, people like you have fucking weaseled your way in the world. You are an infection. You are
Alright.
the definition of weakness. Everything that is wrong with the world
best thing is the world's not buying it. The world's not buying your fucking bullshit, your fucking peddling. The world is not saying, you know what? You're right. Fucking chicks have dicks. The world's not saying that. The world's saying, no, there are two genders. I don't want my kids being taught about, you know, who they can fuck in school. I don't want my kids being taught about.
How is it, just to point out this,
Like, dude, this guy is a fucking idiot.
yeah, his shirt says, a woman in every kitchen, a gun in every hand.
Alright, we don't need to hear anymore, but there
We're getting quite a good amount of this fire clay, so you know, we'll go ahead and make up some fire clay bricks maybe,
how many years ago
which is just this recipe right there.
taken off of the
And we'll keep getting a little bit more.
diagnoses? I don't think it may have been the 90s? I'm not 100% sure. It wasn't that long ago.
Quite a bit of it here. It's like tucked into this little crevice in this valley. At least enough to really get me through this first stage of this technology that we're going to be moving into, so that is a good thing. So just a little bit more, and that bronze is probably just about done.
Here is Dave Rubin
Maybe 3 more here.
Gay man with kids.
Maybe I'll just get this stack as full as I can.
Don't you want your kids to have a kid? Don't you want grandkids? You're weak urine. You're weak urine infection. Now, how is
One more.
he gonna work out
Perfect.
to work this out?
Okay, let's head back.
How is he gonna? This is pretty good stuff.
Quick reason for it in this case. Over the weekend, there was a press conference for this fight. A UFC middleweight champ. His name is Sean Strickland. He got into it with a reporter, a woke reporter, of course, trying to get him on some past comments. And I want you to watch how it's something, no matter if you completely agree with him or not, or agree with him.
Alright, so we're back. Go ahead and grab the tongs before we risk losing yet more health. And let me go ahead and make more of those bricks, and we'll save the rest. Okay. And that is almost done, so that is just about perfect. Alright, so there is fire clay, and we can also put these on the ground over here. Okay, so there's our fire bricks ready to start firing. We can do, I think we do 12 at a time if I remember.
Yeah, can we skip this?
Alright, let me just save the rest of that black coal there. Black coal is extremely useful. It's probably my favorite coal. There's brown coal, black coal, and charcoal. And I really like the black coal the best, I think. Okay, there it is. And let's go ahead and start out with the anvil. And get that finished out. Alright, now we have a bronze anvil. And we've got 500 more, so we can maybe make... I'll do 1 pickaxe. I'll do a prospecting pick's okay. I'm going to do a shovel and an axe. And then 2 ingots. Okay. And that is our bronze making for the day. Alright. Go ahead and place this back down. One additional thing I need to do is go get oak trees. It is, let's see, 6 o'clock in the evening. And oak trees are down here. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and make the journey. And we'll probably sleep down at the village and then get a few oak trees and then come back. We need oak trees for leather industry stuff.
18 years ago, 19 years ago,
U.S. public on national television says with a heavy heart we need to promote a constitutional amendment to make Dave Rubin a second-class citizen. To say that his marriage could never have been allowed to take place and shouldn't have. Never mind the ability for him to have kids.
All right.
Yes, I mean that's what he's talking.
And also, like, secondary social issues. It is you idiots that made Bud Light and their whatever statements they make about trans people politics for the last 18 months.
It's a secondary. It is the.
It's just a fern. I saw something that looked kind of weird. It's just a fern. Okay, so this should be the
And now it's just a secondary
Faux social issue.
the general area we're looking for. Here's another cave
Like the rights.
with the oak trees starting right about here.
Always gonna be, well, the left is hysterical. It doesn't
I
really
mean, these are
matter, like,
maples,
what is
but
that issue.
oak is right down here somewhere.
When there's a reaction to somebody
Here's an
saying
oak.
something objectively offensive and hateful in public,
That's a
if
big
there
one.
is some sort of pushback to it, it's just about how, like,
Let's go ahead and harvest this one, then we'll go and go to bed after that. This will take a minute. And we're slowly but surely healing, so that's good. It is well and truly the evening. It's July 7th, which means it's, you know, post-solstice, summer, but we've got a little bit of ways until fall. We might start doing celestial tracking and kind of get a sense of where we are in the hemisphere based on where the sun rises and sets. That's one nice thing about this game is that it does semi-accurately model astronomy, actually, in a way that, I don't want to say it's unexpected, but it's definitely wasn't something that a lot of games don't really do that well. Like even Space Engineers, which has actual planets and well, it has actual planets. It doesn't have actual stars. What it does is it simulates the stars' rotation around the planets in a geocentric, or whatever is it geocentric model of the universe? Anyway, not a heliocentric model. So it kind of does that because it's easier to simulate the sun going around your position than for the planets to move around a actual object that produces the effects of sunlight graphically in that game. Alright. So that's a ton of oak. That actually might satisfy my needs in this regard for a while. Sadly though, not a single... Oh no, we got one acorn, okay. I might try to get a couple more acorns with that. I need yellow apple. Like that.
Again, reminder, this guy was belonged to a white neo-Nazi group when he was in school before he started his training.
And specifically said, I'm going to be so successful that Bud Light is unable to ignore what I'm saying.
And wasn't talking about trans people within the context of the original question. It was about gay, having a gay child.
Now,
Dave is gay. But he was directionally right. Yeah.
If you look at,
Okay. Let's go find a bed. Actually, the herbalist has an extra bed. I know for sure.
much he is blushing. He is so embarrassed. Like, I don't know if he's conscious.
There we go.
But I mean, if you go back and look at just how red he got after that clip, he is so embarrassed by how much he is like.
Okay, so now we're it's gonna be the next day, July 8th.
How much like he has to ignore
I'm gonna go ahead and try to get one more
in this situation.
acorn. Hi, buddy.
Totally agree with this guy. Really?
He was
Let me just
directionally right.
say hi to this guy.
I found this video that's okay. I'm not going to do that because a lot of you would unsubscribe if I did that.
He wants to buy cheese. That's adorable.
Right when I went through red light and he's getting somebody. But he was directionally right.
I may come harvest these come wintertime, but for now I'm gonna leave them. Was there I'm curious if there was flax in this area at all. Go ahead and take those carrots, I suppose. Plenty of food down here. It's kind of nice. Tons of cranberries here. Look at all these cranberries. It's out of control. This village is particularly tranquil. It's just a plains forest village. This is a particular type of forest. Oh wow, what's... Oh, that's just the residual thing from that, and then the soldiers down at the bottom. Oh, that's not too bad, I guess. I was worried that this was a cave and that the people were getting stuck down there, but it's just a little tunnel. Oh wow, there's a whole another farm down there. That's crazy. Alright, we better dig our way down to that. If for no other reason than to help the village get down and up and down from there.
He's also retconning his support for DeSantis, saying that Trump is zooming up. Trump is exactly where he's been for months, and you just have to give up the denial that you've been based, I don't know, officially or semi-officially, sort of contractually obligated to do.
Okay, so there is a little access port to these crops. I don't think these actually will grow down here, will they? Or will they? I don't know. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and replant the cabbage. And take the bonus seed that we got there. And we're going to do the same with the carrots here.
Yeah, exactly. Dave Rubin on TYT would have been like, yeah, we need...
He's like going crazy, but...
And then I guess we'll do the onions. Okay, fine. Okay, got 2 bonus seeds on the onions. And theoretically, the villagers can just come down this way. Let me just close this off. Alright, let's get these onions. Alright, let's grab this rabbit fur. I do really want to get that butchering mod at some point. It's kind of convenient that I don't have it yet because it's a lot easier to harvest without the mod, but the mod looks fun and interesting, and that's why we do mods. We don't do it for making the game easier. We do it to have more fun. Okay, let me find a more modest oak tree over here. See if I can get a couple more oak seeds. Here we go. We'll do this one. I say oak seeds, I mean acorns. This does take just a minute with these primitive tools, but fortunately we do have a bronze axe ready, almost just about ready to make back home. I don't mind getting the sticks from these too, that's for sure. We'll go through right through this axe and well into the next one with this single tree here. Okay, there we go. Just the one acorn still, sadly. Sometimes I like to go walk around where the particles land, because I feel like either there's some sort of delay in the seeds dropping, or some sort of wind effect. But apparently not. I think I'm just imagining that. Alright. And this is the building materials
right now. He's literally
guy.
held
Let
like a
me.
frickin' satellite over the Earth the entire time. He's been up there in the poles.
Well, but the amazing
You're
thing
the
is
one
also,
behind the tunnel.
That's a big
Ruben is saying,
linear cave there.
this in Florida.
I just want to see what this guy's selling again. I don't quite remember.
It's all there. Like, it's just
Alright, he is selling wallpaper, some polished bricks, some ancient pillars. Those are pretty interesting. Fire clay shingles. So, you know, good stuff for the prospective builder. I could sell him my brass lantern, I'm guessing. No, I cannot. He only wants bronze and copper. Or quicklime. That's a weird... I don't know if that's bugged out or what, but I could sell him metal scraps. Interesting stuff. Is there a wolf right under me? Okay, so we'll get this hide as well. And I'll leave the meat on him to rot, because I don't need that. There's another wolf. Let's go. Ugh. Oh god, oh god. Oh god, we're gonna die, we're gonna die. We died. Okay, so do we respawn? Okay, we're back here. I guess I'll just run and go get my stuff. No point in making more right now.
Than they actually do, believing it's a minority opinion when it's not. This is why stats polling is useful. Liberals perceive low support for climate change when it's actually quite high. Left or bereft? I wish we.
So that's only my second death of the game, which isn't too bad. Maybe I should have just turned and fought those wolves. I think I could have gotten one of them at least. Hard to say.
Remember the giant basins? I'm still traumatized by them. Yeah. Ew. They were just like one trough.
Does that exist anymore? That used to be the way that stadiums did.
Like, I really do think Rogan thinks there's an equivalent for women's bathrooms where, like, genitalia is exposed outside of the stall. Like, but he's not worried about trans women.
Okay, it should be right up here. That is one humongous tree. I love this tree so much. I don't know if that's somewhat new. Great.
Sarah from KMR, the new teachers are still striking, and I have a contact you to get a union member on. I sent the contact info in an email.
Alright, this guy is trying to escape. Well, he's gonna escape, that's fine. Alright, well, we got our stuff back, more or less. There we go. Is that it? Okay, I think so.
Crowder wiped his social media because of his divorce case. He claimed he never posted a picture of his kids on social media. However, I specifically remember he actually did right after they were born, saying that their faces won't look like this after a year or something, just something to monitor. Well, that's interesting. I bet you that's what happened. I would imagine the lawyer taking screen grabs. Lefty Paul Ryan.
Where did the other one go? I thought there was one more wolf body somewhere. Or maybe it's just that other one from before, whatever. Alright, well, we're back where we were, basically. I do kind of want to peek down here real quick. That should be fine. This may not be much of a cave. It's really not, it's just a crevice with butterflies. It's still interesting, though. It's an interesting formation. See if this has any, like a small fur or small thing on it. It has meat, interestingly enough.
Ryan and Callie. The Tim Tool Blues So, I mean, Tim Pool doesn't realize that almost every other beer his fan base gets, that weird older guy had to buy them for.
I love how there's there's 3 butterflies trapped in this place. It's very interesting.
It's funny, like Kid Rock seems to be the most inconvenienced by the boycott because now he's having to say like, no, it's cool now.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
He really likes it.
Like the point has been made, and I think he has like stars and stuff.
Isn't he rich enough to get better beer? I mean, I'm sorry, but
Adam from Indiana, I don't want to yuck people's yum, but how much of this is disassociation with Joe's use of hard drugs? Everything is a conspiracy, and every video is something.
Yeah, let's get that pinned off there. But I will keep the record of the death, just to keep track.
yeah, I think it's more like
Having died only twice is not... Is that borax? I think I see yet more borax down here.
Adam from Indiana, I have a coworker that blames the UAW for high car costs. I bought a book. Just show a graph of when the strikes happen, and show a graph of inflation in cars. It's a function of COVID.
If that was the case, then car prices wouldn't have gone up for so long.
I'm just checking what this mineral is down here. I guess I better mark this cave too.
One more.
It's very hard not to get into the routine of exploring when you're around these areas. Yeah, that is borax. No, it's not. It's just quartz.
Campaign, run on further debt cancellation, a national housing initiative, raising the minimum wage to at least 17 because the federal minimum wage hasn't raised since '09. It's still $7.
Nope, just regular quartz, no gold. I did find some quartz with gold, by the way. It's right up here. So we'll go check that out at some point later.
Emma, great job today. Folks, we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm just making my way down to the bottom of this cave. Should be... Yeah, there we go. Alright, there's some granite as well. And is that it? Okay, that's it for the cave. Interesting. So I'll go ahead and mark that as explored. Alright. Just a little quartz cave. Nice having the logs in our inventory though to use for scaling down the cave. Alright, well, let's what's that? Is that a... Oh, that's a moose. Oh yeah, that's right. We killed moose early on in this playthrough. I almost forgot. Okay, so just doing a little bit of incidental exploring right before I head back home, and then we're gonna go... Well, you know what I need to do is I need to do some probing to see about where iron might be located. Is that the other moose? Usually animals spawn as mating pairs. Alright, let's get our pro pick out. Is it really lightning? I find that almost hard to believe. Emerald, cinnabar, bismuthite, nothing, no iron. Really, I'm basically looking for iron right now. So since we know that there is... Oh, shit. Is that guy trying to attack me and he just, like, jumped over me? That was scary. I was, like, looking at the map and next thing you know, there's animal legs in my face. Anyway, the point is that I'm gonna go up a little bit this way and do another probe once I have a good vantage to do so. Over here somewhere. Maybe down here. Yeah, this will be good. It sure is nice having the dirt not collapse. To... I'll just go here, 3. Okay, that's starting What happened? Did it not record the last one? 2, and then I guess we'll do a third one. Not sure what happened there. Okay, cinnabar, no hematite. Why isn't the prospecting layer coming on? Why isn't that saving to the prospecting layer? That's bizarre. Not really sure what's going on there. More cranberries here. Alright, let's go around this corner, and I mean, I don't care that there's not much going on with the press. Maybe it's because the chunks didn't find much. Maybe a chunk has to find like a certain level of certainty of like a particular ore for it to register. This is woad that's used in some blue dyes. Here's a resin. Here's a granite waterfall. Let's go ahead and do a probe here. Decent bismuth. Why is that not coming on? There it is. Okay. So if I do like certain things, yeah, okay, those do show up when I do cinnabar. Okay. And bismuth, so it is recorded, it's just not well recorded. So this is a good place to mine bismuth. Oh, that's a, what? What is that? A spectral hollow. Is that a mod? It's definitely, I don't recall reading anything about that. Let's check that out. That is very fascinating. Spectral hollow. What mod would that even be? Is it Rustbound Magic? In fairness, I haven't kept up with the development of that mod lately. I've been following it somewhat closely though, and I don't recall anything about that. About a spectral hollow. Jeez, that's a long drop. Alright, let's I guess we'll go around this way. So I started playing Pal World last night as well, and that game is not entirely different from like this or Minecraft. It's a little bit sillier and has the pals in it, which are kind of like Pokemon. It's a pretty good game. I can see why people are really getting into it. It has a similar vibe to like Valheim, but with like good AI monster companions for help with the fighting and stuff. Alright, whatever. Let's just oh, jeez. Okay. I don't want to die, per se. Alright, there we go. We finally made it to the bottom. Let's go check this spectral hollow thing out. I have no idea what this is. I don't know what we're in for. But it should be right up here. I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit nervous approaching it without knowing what it is. Okay, there it is. Is it the teleportation network mod? Because I think when I first loaded this world in, I didn't have that installed, but then I installed it fairly quickly afterwards. Alright, well there doesn't appear to be anything dangerous about it from the outside. Wait, it does look like we can go under here. I'm not sure if we're supposed to, if there's anything supposed to be down here. Oh, I'm hungry. I thought I was having breathing issues. Okay, well, let's try to get up on top of it then if there's nothing down there. Alright, there we go. Broken teleport. Okay, so it is the it does seem to be the teleportation network mod. Yeah, so these are gonna generate now only in new chunks. So there's not gonna be anything around our chunk to with these, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure if I can build them or what. I do need to start using those paper lantern blocks more. That is a really handy building block that I criminally underutilize. It's in the vanilla game. I need to start using them like it's my job. I think it would enhance my building dramatically. Alright, let me do a probe over here somewhere. I always like to find a little area where there's plenty of probable rock sticking out. But I'm having trouble finding that area right now. Here's some. Oh yeah, when I got my stuff back, it got my stuff all out of order. There we go. Alright, let's do that one. 1, 2, 3. And that one. Okay. So, still very high bismuthite, a little bit of sphalerite, a little bit of cinnabar. There's actually been cinnabar pretty much everywhere I've probed so far. But we're very much still looking for iron. And that is the next important big item on our agenda to find. Lovely as bismuth is. Okay, this is fire clay. I'm gonna leave the boars in peace. Guess I could mark them on the map. They were just right down here. Alright. Let me try to triangulate where the next trader would be. So this is a trader here. Where's... Okay, there's a trader there. Right. So there should be a trader like right in this area. Kind of hard to see, and I wouldn't mind getting that crimson maple either. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. Hang on. Hang tight 1 second, guys.
was won. In the weeks ahead, it would become clear. Like us on Facebook. Labor history is
a bunch of malarkey. You know the value of voting Democratic when our votes count. It's important that you save your vote for the November election. We'll need your help in electing Democrats after all the different. Voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans to request to elect.
Okay, sorry about that. I got a little distracted. We're back. Back in Vintage Story here. Okay, that's the boars, right. So I'm gonna try to get up to there and then obviously head back home. Alright. A little copper. Oh shit. Where's that, you know? Alright, so there's ruins there. Have I marked that? Yes. Okay. Is that? Yeah, it's a wolf. Okay. Looked like a very innocent looking wolf for a second. It looked like it might be a new species, but it was not. I gotta say, I think they added more diversity to the tree spawning models, because I'm seeing some like better looking trees than I'm used to. I could be imagining it completely, but I'm not sure that I am. Why is that not sticking? Oh, there we go. Okay, I didn't push save, I guess. Okay, let's do a probe. I keep forgetting to think about that. One. There. Alright. Alright, there's Galena that we're showing now. So if I were to go to the map and go to Galena, which is lead. Is that the first time I've detected it? That's bizarre, but interesting. I know I've seen it before I started doing prospector pick probes. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, and again, there should be a trader up in this area somewhere, so I do want to make my way inland. I'm concerned about wolves. I hear wolves. Also concerned about it getting dark out again. But you do have to get these expeditions in during the summer. If you don't, it's really hard to do this during the winter because you have very few hours. Winter is more of a time for doing things around the home, like panning for treasures in your soils and doing more advanced metalworking and things, whereas summer is a time for expedition and exploration. Winter is okay for caving because you don't, the light is immaterial there, but for the surface you definitely want light. I'm concerned is not the right word, but I just really wish that I could figure out where these traders are. I feel like I'm missing some. But we're going to get this tree for sure. Should be just right over here. Okay. So we're just going for a King's Crimson Maple Seed. Maybe two even, but one for sure. Alright, so far nothing, but let's see if maybe it's fallen down here. Alright. Excuse me. You know, I was just thinking about Rustbound Magic. I haven't seen any of the drops from that. Let me just see if there's yeah, I think that didn't load. I think that it's just simply not loading at all. So we'll have to add that later, I guess. Alright, let me just get rid of this. Alright, that should help me see a little bit better here. Alright, let's just chop this down. Hopefully we'll get one. I'm chopping it a little higher to maybe target the axis durability a little bit better. I don't know. Oh man, this is very difficult to see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they changed how the axe works too, because the axe used to chop these leaves faster and it used to harvest bushes and crops faster. Now it seems to be about the same speed as the hand, so not really sure what the deal is with that. Still no sign of a maple seed. Let's say Crimson King maple. This is like a special variant of the maple tree, and they're beautiful and fun, but They don't provide any functional purpose to the game. So me spending this much time trying to find a goddamn seed is kind of embarrassing, but whatever. It's kind of a sunk cost fallacy at this point. I'm gonna keep going until I get one, or until every single leaf is harvested. Alright, let's get the last few of these leaves and see if we get a seed. It's possible it's just sitting on the ground, kind of obscured somewhere too. And those might not despawn. The Crimson King Maple has a notorious problem in this game of not despawning in a reasonable amount of time for some reason. Did we break up our axe? Yeah, we did. Okay. Well, let's just see what we get. Alright, well, this is not a good indication. It looks like we got screwed out of a seed there. Let me go ahead and make some ladders. Definitely don't mind having ladders at all. It's a good thing. Just trying to look around and see if there's any like seeds sitting up here waiting to fall down to the ground. I don't see any. It's like really hard to tell though. Probably just give up. I don't know. I can't believe we didn't get any normal. I mean, I guess there's a pine seed, but any normal maple seeds. Alright, well, I guess let's move on. Alright, what am I gonna do now? Okay, trader. Is that a trader? That's possible. I doubt it. But we'll find out soon. We'll see the light from the cart. Alright, well, we're getting close to where that trader would be if it is a trader. I don't think it is because it's off. It's not symmetrical. It looks more like a dirt bank on a pond. Oops. Yeah, it's just a gravel bank. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna head north and see if I can find any semblance of a trader caravan. It would be nice if I had like a nice high vantage point, wouldn't it? So let's go up here as we see the meteor streak across the sky. Basically what we're going to be looking for is a light source in the forest somewhere. And we can even go better than this here by just putting up some of these ladders. Alright, wow. Nice and tall. God knows I don't want to fall from here. But this should be a high vantage point. Alright, I don't see any indication of light sources. There is a mountain there that would be blocking it. I'm assuming that's there. Let's go ahead and just briefly up the visibility. Might get a little lag spike here, but it's probably worth it. Let's let that load in. Yeah, we're definitely getting the lag spike there. Give me 1 second.
I don't know Marcy either. Marcy, I don't know who you are. I sort of kind of wish I did. Marcy, I know, works at West Side Chiropractic in Berkeley, California. Okay? How do I know that? Because Marcy has a bunch of women who love her so much that they got to me and.
Okay. So as you can see, the map opens up a bit when I increase the view distance too. It's one of the reasons we're using the color accurate map and not the bullshit quote unquote hand drawn map. I love how they call what is clearly a oh, there's the trader. Okay, so I'm gonna mark that as a pinned unknown trader. I was so close. Okay, but that helps me calibrate here because we've got those 3, 4. So there should be one up here still. And there's that one, that one, that one. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they just don't have the right conditions to spawn. So you miss out on one where one should be, but there really should be one up here somewhere. I don't know. Just visually looking around to see if I see any light sources. I do not. So let's head back down. Try not to die here. And then we'll break the ladders and get them all back, theoretically. It's one of my favorite, like, unrealistic things about this game is you can just build a giant tower of ladders like that.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Okay, so what we're going to do is break that. Alright. Try to get most of these rounded up. We might lose a couple or whatever, but shouldn't be too bad. Alright, there's some food there, but we don't need it. Okay, I think we basically got most of it. I think we had 45 at one point. I think I threw one on the cliff, so I think I'm down 3 ladders. So that's not a big deal. Alright, should I try to go down to the red trader, or should I go north? I'm gonna go north. I'm gonna go west and then north, I think. Although I do kind of want to go up to this. What is that? Alright, let's just go north, actually. It is so dangerous to be traveling at night without, you know, armor. Let's see, what time is this? 2 in the morning. It will start to get light again soon. In fact, the sun should rise from here, go across the sky that way, and set there. So I'm not sure what this light is I'm seeing. Is it like an aurora? So I don't think it would be the sunrise at 2 o'clock in the morning. I could be wrong. Alright. So I'm gonna check this out, check this out. I'm just checking things out that look vaguely interesting on the map, which is a proxy of saying looks interesting from far away. God dang it. Sometimes I wish I had the ability to move like in Pal World. It's one nice thing about the game is you can like jump onto a cliff face and crawl up the cliff and stuff. It's kind of cool. I'm assuming this first formation is just gonna be like a tree that, yeah. When a pine tree gets spread out like this, they look weird on the map. they create this line that's very distinct. Alright, let's go down here. There's more Thule. Oh god. Okay. Let's hope he's not accompanied by a bunch of friends. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to get to there. This looks like such an interesting little valley to go through. I mean, this is where I got my pink marble. Okay, we're running low on hunger. Alright, we're getting some twilight going on, which is nice. Okay, I wouldn't mind finding more flax. That's another thing I should mention now that it's getting light out again and we can see. So much easier to navigate when you can see, of course. Here's ruins. Okay, so this is what we were seeing on the map. And that's food. Don't really need the food. Grab the seeds. That is soybeans. We don't have that yet, so that's nice. And there's a cow. He would drop a large hide. Do I want that? Do you have a friend? See, I'm thinking like as I get ready for leather. Oh, you have a little baby. As I get ready for leatherworking, I'm thinking like maybe we should be getting more hides. But this guy packs a punch. Okay, so I'll let the rest of that go. I never get bone. I used to, when I first started playing this game, I used to collect up the bones, but I've revised. I mean, there's no point. They're so not useful. Even the type of fertilizer you get from bone meal is so, like, only useful for, like, a handful of crops, and it's not a particularly good fertilizer, so it's very minimally useful. I think there's some mods that try to add some function to bone meal, which is, so like Minecraft, it's like the exclusive and overpowered fertilizer, but here it's like this weakling, inexclusive fertilizer. Okay. We should do a probe for sure. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 done. Alright, ultra high sphalerite, so that's fun. Alright, let's head to this coastline. You know, just see what we see, and then I think what I'm gonna do is head back toward that beautiful, potentially beautiful valley area. I do mark the flowers on the map when I see them if I think they're pretty. If they're ugly, I won't touch them, and therefore they won't get marked on the map. There's a horse. Alright. So this is just kind of rough country. It's a little rough getting around in here, but not terrible. Now that it's pretty light out again, it's kind of nice. Here's more Tula. I'm not going to mark that, although I could, but... Alright. Okay, so there's some interesting formations down at the south of the lake. These pillars. Is that That looks to be a ruin of some sort. And there's a big town. I do kind of want to see what's up with that. I think that's a castle. Did I show you a castle yet? Do we have a castle up north? Somewhere? Yeah, that's a castle there. And this appears to be a castle here. And there's a trader right there, so let's go over there. See, I am trying to find traders. We already have one treasure hunter trader, but we want to have at least access to one of each type of trader. And so it is nice to have those out of the way. I think once I rendezvous with this trader, I'm going to hightail it just north and then straight back, basically. But this is by far the furthest west we've gone. There's another fruit tree there. See how much bigger it looks from the side of your frame of reference? So interesting how that works visually. So much farther away when you look directly at it. I actually think that might be a documented physiological phenomenon too that exists in real life. I'm not sure. But the fact that we worked, or, wandered through the night means that our timeline is pretty well preserved here. So I'm just very briefly gonna, that is to say I'm doing good on time. I'm very briefly gonna check this fruit tree out. I am still looking for more variety in fruit trees, but we'd probably have to go pretty far north or south to get that. And that's going to be a pear tree, so we'll go like so. I guess it does mark the individual type there, doesn't it? Let's go ahead and do a probe. Alright. Did that. Okay, there we go. Emerald. Alright. I'm just checking to see if this is a meteoric iron deposit or anything. It is not. Okay, here is what looks like ruins. It's just a giant oak tree. Alright, that's good to know. Alright, let's circle back to this village that should be right over here. Quartz, I don't really... I guess we can mark it, but I'm not going to take it. Alright, the village is over here. Get these flax harvested, see if there's any more seeds available. If we planted these today, I think we'd be able to harvest them before winter, but just barely. So when we get back, this will probably be our last realistic planting of the year that has a chance of being harvested. Alright, here's the village. And again, this should be a fairly substantial one because it's got a castle. Alright. The only reason I bother marking the quartz at all is because it can be a source of gold. Something with that daisy. Okay, so let's just see what we've got going on in this village. Obviously, we've got a spawning problem. It's spawned into the side of a cliff this building has. So this smith... Oh, it's kind of nice, though. I kind of like this, actually. It's pretty cool. And then this is going to have a beehive on it, as you can hear and see from the buzz indication. There it is. A couple beehives. Alright, and then Got a farm over here. If it's got flax, I would consider harvesting that. It does. But it's none of it's ripe. Yep, we got a wolf in town. Let me help the villagers. Looks like the soldier took care of that. Okay. Alright, well. There was another buzz sound over here somewhere, wasn't there? Yeah. Now this one appears to be a natural beehive. Where is it? Is it up here? Alright, it's up here. There's a boar. I mean, I marked this one, I guess. Okay. That boar did not need to do that. That's a new mechanic. God dang it. Alright. Well. That sucks. Basically just due west. Let me turn my view distance down. That pisses me off. That's like a rage quit almost kind of moment. I'm gonna hold it together here, guys. I was doing pretty well. I fought off the wolf, you know. Didn't perceive the boar to be that much. So you gotta understand, the boars attacking you like that is a new behavior. They never used to attack like that, and frankly, I thought I was far enough away, and they're only supposed to attack if you're by their young. So I guess that mechanic's a little sloppier than I had realized. And we should just treat boars more or less like slightly pussier versions of wolves, I guess. There's a bear chasing a raccoon right into my path. I'm just gonna keep going. I mean, I'll get there in plenty of time, but it's just really inconvenient because I'm gonna be rushed about getting back home. Plus, it's like, I don't want to say embarrassing, but it's like, it makes me look like a dumb idiot. And I'm clearly not a dumb idiot, guys. I'm very, very good at this game. I just don't have armor yet, and I'm keep getting distracted with exploration that I really arguably shouldn't be doing. I like this little lake here. It's very scenic. This is a very realistic looking lake, like that you'd see in like Canada or something. Alright, so once we get over here, I think we'll just have to go directly for the village. I'm going to take a look at the map here. And there's another wild creature. It looks like a... Is that a little bear? It looks like a little bear too. Alright. Let's just go up this way to avoid him. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and ignore pretty much everything on the path over here. And I'm just going to focus like a laser beam on getting back to that village. And we might take a little fall damage there, that's okay. I guess the one nice thing about dying without the X skills mod is we don't get punished. Like, that's one of the best things about the X skills mod, is it incentivizes you not dying by taking a pretty decent chunk of experience from you, especially in the survival skills category. And yeah, without that incentive, it's very easy to get reckless with your life. That's why I allow myself to go exploring when I probably shouldn't. Things like that. But that is what makes this game fun. I'm just going to do my best to get over it mentally. Just focus on the good. I mean, once we get our stuff back, that's going to feel a lot better. But as you can see, it's already 10 o'clock in the morning, and we've lost 3+ hours treading back through territory we've already been through. As you can see, that ladder from previous just sitting right there.
Alright, we got some red fruits. So what I like to do on the ones that I've already got various off of is just take the bush with me. I'll find another one that's flowering. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay, there's a pear tree.
Let's get these berries down here. Now I can eat a few of them.
Alright, and actually we're taking a slightly different path, so it's not a complete loss, because I'll get more vision on the area. One thing okay, let me think about ways that Vintage Story could improve as a game. I would like to see more ore options. I would like to see... I think they could arguably change up a little bit how they do gold and silver. I don't like the fact that it's just lumped in with quartz. I think that almost is silly. Is that... That's not how it is in real life, is it? I mean, maybe it is, but nobody knows that or associates gold with quartz. They just say it's gold. So I think they could probably have gold bits on the surface. They do technically sometimes, but I'm not sure it needs to be tied to quartz so closely. Because when you go mining for gold, it's just these like random chunks in the quartz that are separated by quite a distance, and it just doesn't feel satisfying in the same way that finding a gold deposit in Terra Firma Craft used to. Alright, here's another ruin, so I'll mark that. In fact, it looks like it's part of this one here, which looks like a tower kind of structure. So let me take a look at, oops, that. This little cave here.
You can't run in this game and just take some more of your food bar away. I wouldn't really recommend running everywhere until you got a good food supply.
Okay, but I guess that's just sand, not part of the ruin. This is down here. Okay, that's a tool chest. I'll take a look in there. You just got a knife out of that? That's kind of bullshit. Alright, we're swimming across the lake now, and we're very close to that village. So once we get across this lake, we'll basically be just right there near our body. Now, it does despawn in 20 minutes. I don't think it's been anything close to 20 minutes since we died, per se, but I think it also bases it on whether the chunk is loaded in. And the default, by the way, is 10 minutes, and I think that's not long enough unless you have a really short draw distance, because it does take a while. And can you imagine if it was thinking about despawning at this point? Hello, HWS Lock. You're answering a question that I asked, I guess, and I don't remember what the question was, so I don't know what you're referring to there, but that's cool. All right, so yes. Anyway, I was kind of talking to myself about what this game could do better. Oh, you're probably referring to the gold spawning in quartz. Yeah, I think if that is realistic, then that's new to me, but I don't like how you have to like mine 80 blocks of quartz just to get 1 block of gold, you know? So whether it's realistic or not, I think they need to consider modifying that a bit to be more accessible to players who don't like grinding through layers and layers of quartz just to get a little bit of gold. I love accumulating gold. I do not like grinding to get the gold, though. Okay, here's all my stuff. Thank goodness. Definitely feel good to have that back in the old inventory. Alright, let's get that there. get our things in the right order. And we are still lacking a few items, it looks like. Let me see if I can find my shovel. I must not have had a shovel. But I still feel like I haven't picked up everything. And there's the boar that killed me. I remember what I was doing. I was marking the beehive. Okay. Wait, is this the only stick that I have? Where'd the rest of my sticks go? Yeah, I really do feel like still missing a few things. I mean, I had like a whole stack of sticks, didn't I? I mean, I got most everything back. Maybe I didn't. Either way, the paranoia about that boar is making me not want to necessarily spend all the time in the world here. Alright, I think I've thoroughly attempted to get all my stuff back, and I think I've got all of it back, pretty much. So let's unpin that grave. That's bees, okay. There. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is check out this trader over here. And he is on the other side of this castle-looking thing. Right next to it, in fact. And this is a flooded castle. Look at that. That's interesting. Yeah, that's a horrible outcome from spawning a castle in perspective. We've seen this before. I think it's roughly the same castle as existed elsewhere. It's just that because it put this water and this muddy gravel, it looks different on the world map. Let's go check out the trader now if we can get access to him. Oops. Yeah, this is just the landscape here. Okay. And it's a commodities trader, which is awesome. Because if I needed borax, I could sometimes buy it from this guy, but... Alright. Wouldn't mind buying those. I don't suppose I have any. No. Alright, well, it's good to know that there's a commodities trader here, and so when I do the commodities trader, I like that color, I think. Yeah. And I don't know what color that is, but I like it. Okay. And then there's this little village next to the castle here, which is looking really nice. I do think that the VS Villages mod needs a lot more diversity of its things that it will spawn in. It's an okay mod to start out with, and I love having villages. I need villages in my world, but I do think they should probably add a lot more diversity. Okay, so now that we've done that, I feel very good. I'm gonna go up north and do a path right through here to come back home. And it is 2:49, so we have a decent chance of making it, or at least making it largely back home. Alright, so while we're traveling, I'm going to continue my discussion of things this game could do better. So yeah, let me stick to the mineral discussion for a minute. So I think they need to change a little bit on about the gold and silver spawning. And maybe make the deposits rarer but more lumped together, if that makes sense. In other words, less spread out and more bunched together, but then to make up for that, make them, 80% the current spawn rate or something, That's just an idea, though. That's a fine-tuning thing. I would like to see more utility minerals and have uses for them. And I like what they do, keeping minerals realistic with their melting temperatures, and with, you know, you need X amount of hardness on your pickaxe to mine the thing and so forth. I mean, that's a mechanic that Terraformcraft did as well, but the melting temperature in particular is done really well in this game. And so I'd like to see more integration of different minerals, especially in the sense that I know this kind of comes off as a medieval fantasy vibe game, but it really is not a bad thing to think about how somebody might get out of medieval into steampunk, because the game does start to, you know, hint at that with the lore, and so you really want to start thinking about technology that would promote that in addition to just the lore. So try to make like a steam bellows or something. There's marble, I'm pretty sure. It's either marble or halite. Let me get down there. Okay, we're dying of hunger yet again. This is halite. Okay, so that's just a salt deposit there. I've never had a game with so much salt deposits. I've rarely had that. Yeah, so I'll get back to the steampunk thing though. Just sticking, well, it's kind of related. The minerals, there needs to be more use for brass. Let me just show you this. Unlike bronze, here's what you can, in the vanilla game, like, ignore these deco, all from here to here. Ignore all that. And ignore that, ignore that, ignore that. All you can do with brass in this game so far is make brass plates. And then you can use that to make a lantern or a plaque or a torch holder. The Deco Bazaar is a different thing. You even used to be able to make a brass block, and they took that out for no reason. I don't know why they took out the brass block, but they did. So anyway, let me mark this halite. In fact, I think the game will mark that if I touch it, but let me just put this here, and just in case, because I think I've got it auto marked. No, it didn't do anything with it. Okay. Well, anyway, that's some halite. That's useful, but we already found some, so that's just a secondary source for it. But I guess I could explore further down. I don't know. I'm not gonna. No. We'll save that for another day. I need to get home. All right. So yeah, they need to make better use of the metals that are in the game, and I would like to see a couple more metals. We have lead. We have some. Is it sterling silver that I'm thinking of? I know there's soldering lead. But I'm like thinking now about, you know, sort of Victorian era technology, and because it's kind of the equivalent of steampunk in real life. I know it's not steampunk, but it's as close as we get, you know. And yeah, let me just look that up real quick. If I go H silver, as you can see, we have silver ingot. Yeah, but there's no silver, there's no sterling silver, there's no pewter. These are alloys, you know. There is cupronickel, and it has some uses that are starting to come into play in the game's code, but it's very limited use. There should be rose gold. I don't think there's rose gold, is there? No, there's rose quartz, not rose gold. I'll leave that rye for now. I basically, if I were the game devs, I would be, from a metallurgical standpoint, I'd be thinking about how can I progress from mere like basic medieval shit to steampunk shit and like Victorian alchemist, steampunk, crazy shit. So I would probably be adding more uses for mercury and more uses for bismuth, or maybe I'd add gallium and maybe have platinum come into it or something. Is that just granite up there? Is that marble? I'm very curious. What else? Adding more brass with leather to make like crazy things. And then in terms of armor, you know, of course the steel armor is like great for like a heavy plated warrior, but maybe go make some armor that favor hunters or stealth builds. Make some steampunky armor that maybe only protects the same as like a gambeson, but has like some side effect, like you can see the enemy's health or something. Channel Luca from Chrono Trigger, you know, just go for it. Yeah, this is just granite, sadly. Let me take a probe up here though. I'll do one node, and then I'll do a deep probe. Okay, there's silver there, so I'm gonna mark that. I'll just change this to a star and make that silver. I do not care about the quartz. I care about the silver. Alright. And that's up, well, it's marked, okay. And then let me do a deep probe. Yeah, I mean, in the bauxite, I'm not a fan of how they do it in this game. I thought that ultra high pentlandite, that's interesting. That's cool. Pentlandite, just for people, just so you know, is god dang it, what did I do? Okay, pentlandite. That becomes nickel. Yeah, nickel. And nickel again has no use. That's interesting. TST tools. That's titanium, I think. No, it's not. It's maybe it is. I don't know what that TST. I don't remember what mod that is. But anyway, this is used to make. Oh, that's for horses. That's interesting. Used to make this Cooper nickel, which I mentioned, that is used in these Jonas assembly parts, and I guess part of the teleporter mod stuff, which is cool. So I appreciate that. That's one example of how to do more advanced technology consistent with the theme of the game that doesn't break the game. I like that. Do more of that. Okay, here's the entrance to that valley I was talking. No, it's not. It's up here. Okay, it's on the other side of that. So let's see if I can get over there. I may have to build a log bridge at some point here. Let's see. It is getting to be afternoon, so we're going to start losing light here if we're not careful. This is a very beautiful mountainside, though. Let's see, we found that there. Oh, there's a trader there. And I definitely want to check that out. Yeah, let's just go over there and get that real quick if possible, and I'll just sleep there. That solves two birds with one stone, because that allows me to not get so pressured with the timing and also see what the trader is. Yeah, so I'm trying to think what else they could add in terms of minerals. I mean, they don't do that much with zinc. They don't do much with the bismuth, like I said. They could probably even expand uses for copper. Oh, did I just kill that by mining it with a pro pick? I did, I think. There's a baby pup down there. Alright, I've got to get to this trader. It is it's only 7 o'clock, but you know, it's getting dark out. In this game, the seasons matter a great deal. And there's only a couple months in game that are like really long day months. Most of the months are pretty short day months. Okay, here we go. I'm glad we got it. Alright. And it's a survival good, so that is going to be army green, I want to say. Yeah, there we go. And we can change that red one to... We'll just delete that. Okay. And what will he sell me? He'd sell me some weapons. He'd sell me a wolf dog pup. It's funny, I have a brass lantern and nobody will ever buy it, it seems. What else? What is this? Oh, I can buy a kitten. That's cool. I've never seen that before. Ooh, I should have... Oh no, I can buy that. Okay, never mind. Well, nothing other than the animals, nothing I want to buy. I'll have to remember that this guy sells animals, though. This is going to put me at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I think. With this crappy-ass bed. That's okay. Yeah, 3 a.m. That's not bad, actually. That's better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, that's getting... That's starting to turn. Alright. So, now that we found that, let's go back this way, basically, and try to get to here. There's another village there. That's very much a farming community. That looks like it might be something. That looks like a humongous tree. Should I mark that? I'll just say tree. Why not? I'm just curious about it. This appears to be something, maybe. Okay, so good exploration there. Alright, but we need to get home, so let's start making our way back this way. This is a really cool plain. Are these goats? I think those are goats. Let's do a probe here. I like this little tower jutting up. This one. So more pentlandite, a little bit of copper, a little bisphenolite, which is zinc. What's that? Is it just a flower field? I think it's just a flower field. Interesting landscape, a very beautiful view. It's really interesting how these little green areas in between the water look so aqua. You gotta admit, this is more beautiful than a Minecraft Vista ever would be. As much as I enjoy that game, I firmly believe this game is better. Alright, so let's see. I need to head south. I think I have to go this way. Yeah. I think it's interesting that there's a couple of traders up on this mountain system. This looks sus, like a meteoric suspect. But it's not. If I were a more, you know, dedicated steward of the preservation of these mountain areas, I would probably do more to, is that wolf again? Or is that a raccoon? It's a raccoon, okay. I would do more to fill in those holes. But, yeah, whatever. Okay, so I think I'm coming out on this side of this. And we'll follow this, we'll kind of hug this mountain line, this mountain ridge. These are all lark trees, right? Yeah. Oh god, there's a moose. I wouldn't mind killing him. let me do a probe over here. Again, love me my slate mountains. Wouldn't mind some limestone, mind you, but hey, we have access to some whatchamacallit, some marble to get lime from. Oh god. Oh god. I don't know why I picked these fights with creatures that might kill me. Boy, he really fell hard there. Okay, let's see what kind of hide he gives me. He had a male moose with no antlers. That's interesting. Hello? Oh, there we go. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. His buddy's here. It is his buddy, it's another male. Okay. Not good, not good. Okay. Oof, that, we need to avoid moose. Need to avoid moose. Okay, so we've revitalized our red meat that we were struggling to keep fresh there. And we've got quite a bit more hide for our leatherworking, which is one of the reasons I came up here to begin with. Unfortunately, we did take quite a bit of damage there, so we're now going to actively avoid all combat situations. I need to be very cautious, unlike earlier in this playthrough, or in this session. I probably need to be careful about falling, you know. So let's just see if I can carefully make my way along here. Let's get some oak to kind of help us out there. Alright. Alright, this is not great. I'm making a little bridge, but I don't know how much... God, I should probably... I'll make some planks. I think this could be more economical. Okay. Alright, see, I'm trying to get to this position. And I really don't necessarily want to go down that much. And go a little bit. Maybe I should just start heading down a little bit to be more modest about my trajectory. I'm doing real... I'm really offending the aesthetics of this area, though. Alright, let's just stick to that. Alright, let's do a little dealio where we go out like that. Ugh. I mean, you do see, like, those images on, like, computer startup screens of, like, Tibetan monasteries with, like, paths that wind through the mountains like this, and you're like, I would never walk on that. Well, fortunately, this is a computer game, so you can suspend your fear a little bit. Okay, this is just not a useful endeavor, is it? Okay, let's just kind of head down. I'll just kind of build a way. So if I ever want to come back up here, it'd be pretty easy. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna we're just gonna go and do this part from the ground, I think. Okay. So, let me try to get back on task with my discussion. So, yeah, steampunk, more metals, more minerals probably. So what else, mineral-wise? Gunpowder, or, you know, explosives in general. Very consistent with steampunk. Totally doable with the fact that this game already has saltpeter and sulfur. And it wouldn't, you could have little guns, but they could be like kind of derpy. So they don't have to be like, we don't have to make, you know, Fallout or whatever. It would be more of a cyberpunk option that is equivalent to throwing spears, maybe. Because those spears really do pack a lot of damage. They're a little inconvenient to make and maintain, but they're a very powerful weapon. And so it's not a bad thing to have arquebus, or whatever you want to call it, as a later game tech that's a little bit better than the spear, but still kind of the same vibe, maybe. Alright, that's good. Now, we are down on the ground, and we are going to go explore this valley. That's the whole point of me coming this way in particular. So we've built a little mountain path that's kind of fun. Oh, there's a beehive here. Go ahead and mark that. I don't need to actually see it because I don't need the beehive. I'm just going to mark it in case I ever need to like reference it or go back to it or something. Yeah, let's take a probe here. Every time I see like a big old vein of granite or whatever, it reminds me, hey, let's keep probing. Oh, now I've got the menu screwed up where I can't even see what the info is. Alright, let's... If you hold Alt, you can click on that info log. Okay. I think that's... Yeah, that's the one I just did. Okay. So, kind of zinc area, but not really. Okay. And we're now entering the... What I'm hoping is a beautiful vista. A beautiful valley in between these two giant mountains. Because that's literally what it looks like on the map. It looks beautiful on the map. And usually if something looks beautiful on the map, it should pan out to be beautiful in real life. And here we go. It is pretty dang beautiful. Let's just go up a little bit. Oh man, actually, yeah, the further in I get, the more beautiful it gets. This is a scenic place. Okay, so whenever I find a scenic place in Vintage Story, look at that, there's a giant cave as well. So whenever I find a place like this, I like to mark it with a giant blue star. And I'm going to call this the Valley Lake. Or, what time of day is it? 9 o'clock? Sunrise Valley Lake. Okay. So that is a landmark now. Okay? Between these two mountains lies a lake that connects, I presume, to this lake as well, which is where we get our pink marble from. So let me just go take a peek under this cave over here. But I wouldn't mind coming back here and building a little, you know, hut that we could stay in from time to time. And this cave looks like an adventure in itself. I mean, I wish I had a boat. But the thing I'm really wondering about is whether this cave connects up to the other side of this mountain. And although it's hard to say, it would be right through here if it did. Unfortunately, I'm getting the vibe that it does not. What is falling? Oh my god, it's a locust nest. That kind of scared me a little bit. Oh, there's more. Okay, so there's a giant locust cave. That doesn't surprise me. Locusts, the spawn mechanics of locusts. Wow, they're all over the place, aren't they? Okay, so this is a giant locust cave, is what I'm getting. So we're going to stay away from there for now. But that would be fun to come back with a boat, maybe. One thing I would like to do in this world, if I decide to keep going with it, is build rivers you know, and I look at the rivers mod. I tried to get it to work, but unfortunately I could not get it to work in its previous version. Now I think they did update it, so it might be working now, but either way I've already spawned the world, so that's the way it goes. But I wouldn't mind trying out the rivers mod. In fact, it wouldn't be necessarily a bad idea to add it to a world later. I hope it's somewhat configurable, because I feel like I look at the mod pictures and I think, damn, that's a lot of rivers. Okay, let me mark those locusts as well. I always do locusts with the that symbol. I have done black in the past, but I think I'm going to do this because it stands out better. So that's just a sign that there's enemies, and in particular I've marked down locusts there. Alright. Here, I'll tell you what. Let's build a little... just a tiny little shack. Or at least the beginnings of one. There we go. And then we could probably go ahead and get a bed put down here just in case we want that. Fortunately, we have another knife. So this is just a little survival shelter. And I do like to mark these. I do like to build survival shelters randomly along the map sometimes. I got 2 extra. So what we're going to do is put that there. Are there reeds around? No, but there are deer. No reeds at all. Alright. Let's go ahead and do 2 more. Oh, that's interesting. I can make wooden paths. I didn't know I could do that. Huh. Alright. That's bizarre. That's a shapeless crafting thing. Okay, so I'm gonna put this door here. And, you know, someday I'll come back and finish this, but for now, let's just put these down. Alright. So can I see that from the map? Yeah. I'm just gonna put an orange house right there. Or is there a campfire? I can't remember. No, there's not. Okay, orange house. That's what I use. And this is, I just call it camp. And this would be a viable place to come and, you know, I could finish building out that shelter. If it was like winter and I needed a place to build out a shelter real quick, I could do it there probably. I didn't leave anything behind though, like flint tools or anything. Ideally, that would be something I could consider doing as well. Here's some reeds. So if I needed to put a basket over there, it'd be fairly easy to do that. But I'm not going to do that now, because I do need to get home. There's a wolf. I just walked right by him. And he doesn't seem to notice. Was he eating something, maybe? I feel like wolves don't notice you when they're eating. Edible mushrooms. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and make this turn back towards home. We're going to have to swim across the lake. Not this lake. There's a different lake that's coming up. What's this? Oh. Mark that woad, and we'll mark this heather. I'm getting pretty good at knowing the flowers by heart, so that's a progress. Okay, let me try to stay on task with my internal discussion about how to improve the game. So we're talking about adding metals, talking about doing more steampunky things, talking about some minerals that aren't metals was my last point. And we talked about gunpowder. That'd be big. We should talk about obnoxiously inefficient electric ideas. So obviously the game doesn't need like a nuclear power plant and like a laser powered defense system. That would be silly. Or, you know, powered laser defense. But I could see it being like a steam engine powered electrical transmuter, or whatever you want to call it. You know, just come up with some technobabble and then have it do some interesting things that are consistent with steampunk. It wouldn't have to be electricity either. It could just be steam power. I mean, you could just kind of simplify it that way, but whatever. Like, just do that, and then think of some fun inventions you could do with that kind of vibe. You could do like a communications network, or you could do transportation ideas, a steam ship, an airship even. Although that could be difficult to handle on multiplayer servers, maybe. But it would be fun. I remember. Do you guys remember the Archimedes ships mod from Minecraft Modded? I mean, that was a fun mod, right? That one was the one where you get sheep's wool and make the balloons, and you had to have an X number of balloons per non-balloon block to make it have enough lift, and then you'd fly around with the wheel. And then, you know, there was that Blightfall mod pack, and oh, there's a wolf. I don't want to tangle with him if I don't have to. The Blightfall mod pack, you had to earn your wheel by infusing it in the different mod Thaumcraft, which was a whole process. So the point is that that was a really fun mod. Now they could do something like that, very expensive. You know, maybe you'd need 6 linen cloth per balloon block, and you'd need like 40 or 50 balloon blocks to take flight. You know, it could be something like that. And then, oops, I need to not use that. And you could have sailing ships as well, of course. And those could be steam powered. And that could be a little easier, maybe. The airship could be steam powered, but it would have to be maybe it floats, and then you use fans to power the motion. In the water, you could use water wheels and stuff, like a paddle ship, a paddle boat. All right. Well, that was an unexpectedly long journey, so let's get back home and get to work. We might want to start the leather stuff. That's why we went to go get those oak trees an hour and a half ago in the first place. I'll see if I can continue talking about these improvement ideas as we continue, but yeah, that alone is an interesting discussion. I would definitely like to see villages as well. I don't think I'm alone in that. That's why there's the VS Villages mod, but I think the game itself can do better than that. Alright, let's I'm gonna put down these seeds except for the flax. I'm gonna try to get the flax planted. I don't think there's enough. Oh, I can't place those down. I think there's a mod that allows you to place seeds down. Okay. I guess I can make a barrel. How many sticks do I have? 4? I just have enough for 1. Alright, we're going to store our excess seeds in this barrel for now. I can only do 1 now? Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of a Terra Firma Craft barrel. Okay, well, the point is I want to plant these flax seeds if possible, so let's see. Alright, well, that's about as good as we're going to get there. I guess we need another chest. Let's make a reed chest for the seeds. Yeah, so I guess this will give me another chance to talk a little bit more. So the village system that we have right now in the vanilla game, the only living people besides us are the traders. That makes no sense. It doesn't make sense that there'd be, you know, 20,000 people on an otherwise dead world in which not a single one of them lives together. There is a mod that creates trader camps. That's better. That makes some more sense. but I can't imagine there wouldn't be some degree of, you know, villages. Uh, I could see the villages being traumatized and scared and secretive and defensive, but I couldn't see there not being villages. So I think they could add that. That would add something to the game. All right, let's get these in here. Is that a pineapple? No, it's carrot. Okay, I was like, what? Okay, and some of these are ready to harvest, by the way. So I'm gonna change out as much as I can for flax as possible. Okay, so parsnip. That one's done. That one's done. And rye, which is an end crop, so the flax should grow fine there. And turnips. Okay, so we've got 2 more. Alright, let's get, I don't think I want to plant the soybeans. I think it's too late in the season for them. Let's plant... You know what, that's fine. I'm going to leave that the way it is. Okay, now, next thing is we do have the tools there. So let's go ahead and get this food stored. Hang on to that just to munch on. And then we can do a meal now with this meat. We've got enough for pretty good 5-piece meal there. So we'll do that. 5 servings of hefty. And let's use these boards up. How about? All right. So get that cooking. We haven't made a meal in a while. I cannot wait until I get my X skill so I get credit for that. The goat's still doing fine down there. Bees. We could maybe start thinking about adding beehives. So the skep recipe requires what, 24? No, only 16. But I don't know if I have that. Either way, it couldn't hurt to harvest the rest of these. Okay, so yeah, I think there would be a village of some sort. Oh, speaking of technology, by the way, there definitely needs to, and I hate to copy Minecraft, but there needs to be a train system. That is like the quintessential steampunk thing, right? They have a overly complicated steam-powered train, right? Now, they wouldn't have to have the train at all times. You could have other means of using the tracks, but I think they should at least start by doing that. Alright. Do we not have any stored reeds? I guess we don't. Okay. So we can't make a skep unless we go looking for more reeds, which we might do. But anyway, let's talk about how we're going to move forward with this leather. So we're going to, I guess the large hides are the ones we have the most of per size. So go over here and we'll put these in here, right? Yep. So we can get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but not 9. So we can get 8 of these. Alright? So go ahead and seal that. And that will start what is basically a full leather craft. Alright, so that is started. That feels good. And then we can also go over here and start making our tannins. So this one we'll put 5 oak to get weak tannin. And we're going to make strong tannin over here, but we have to start out by making weak tannin first and then fortifying it. And I guess we'll just, to be completionists, we'll make another set of weak tannin. Okay, now, I'm just going to get rid of that. Let's plant this oak tree. I'll plant it right over here. Okay. Alright, now we need more sticks, badly. And I would like another larch seed, so I'm going to go ahead and take some time to work on these leaves a little bit. See, if you manually harvest each leaf like this, you get a better chance of getting seeds, and you also get more sticks per capita than if you just chop the tree down. So there's a couple sticks. I really want at least one large seed out of this. There we go, we got the large seed. So we've already succeeded in ensuring that no matter what we do to this tree now, it's at least going to propagate itself. And now that we've got a few sticks, I can go over here and make these bronze tools that we were waiting on. So we'll make the axe. This looks so janky, this axe head. Alright, that goes there. And we've got another pickaxe as well. We'll keep that on us. Alright, next thing is let's replant this large tree somewhere. Actually, let's chop this down first. Now that we have a bronze axe, this will go a lot faster. Yeah, they should make, maybe there's a way they could do it that's different than Minecraft. Maybe you don't call it minecart tracks. Maybe you call it, you know, wheeled track lane, or I don't know. There's probably a way, like Steam tracks. You could find a way to make it, you know, a little bit different, but point is they should do that as a means of getting around. All the multiplayer servers would jump on that, and it'd be very consistent with the theme of the game. And you could always put these late game techs behind adventure points, adventure walls, like the Resonance Archive. That's how we get the glider, right? Oh shit, that's not burning anymore. Alright. So the point is, they could do that, and then yeah, the villages, they need some of that. I would like to see maybe some villages that are kind of like Minecraft villages, maybe some more militaristic faction villages, maybe some cave hideouts, maybe some mountain fortress hideouts. I would like to see all of that. Okay, and one thing they definitely need to add are additional enemies. Like, the drifters are great, but they need more. We've got drifters, locusts, fundamentally, and bells. Is that it? And the Resonance Archive boss thing, which is a machine, basically. The locusts themselves are machines. So we've got Lovecraftian horror creatures, drifters, the bell, which is a machine, and locusts, which are a different type of machine. But it's very clear that they're built in this Resonant Archive, or at least that's one source of them in the world. Okay, we need to store this oak. Alright, let's grab one of these. We'll come over here. This will be our oak storage. Alright. Larch. Hang on to that for a minute. Okay, so now what am I doing? Oh yeah, we've got the bronze anvil. So I suppose the next thing we need to do from the perspective of progressing is we need to find iron. So my suspicion is there might be iron right down here somewhere. So maybe I will go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and sleep for the night. I'm also really, let me check on, okay, so it's 20 degrees out. That's pretty high. It's just August 1st. It's nice summer time. Not even particularly close to winter, but this flax has taken forever to grow. Forever. Some of this soil is not very moist. That soil there, problematic. I might put a water block in there once that one finally finishes growing, but let's sleep. And we're gonna take some damage here from hunger. Okay, we are rested, and we can, let's see if this is done yet. It's not done. It's still clanking around. I think the clanking is the sign that it's still cooking, right? Yeah. So let's just have this lettuce real quick. Get that off the inventory there. Alright, we need to think about our shelter for winter. We probably should think about animals. Let me check on this trap. I haven't checked on this trap in ages. Alright, I'm gonna just do one quick thing. And we're gonna check on read basket trap vintage story. Okay. Let me see if this comes up with anything helpful. Alright, so we've got leave the area to avoid alarming the creatures. Check the trap at least daily. A trigger trap is no longer propped up with a stick. Use right click with a vacant backpack slot to pick up a triggered trap. Okay, so is it always trapped if it's triggered? Okay, well, we can get hares, piglet, raccoon, lamb, or wolf pup. That's so interesting. Okay, well, it must be basket catchable, and one must consume the bait. You will have to pick up the empty reed basket with. Okay, yeah. There's a snick sound that gets triggered. Okay, so that's if it doesn't get caught. That's if it does. What's the difference? I literally cannot tell the difference between this and this. This one says successful. This one says unsuccessful. An occupied trap cannot go inside a handbasket bag. Ensure that you have a vacant blah blah blah. The block info HUD doesn't hint at what, if anything, is inside. If a live creature is inside the basket, it might wiggle occasionally, cause a rustling sound. Mousing over the basket trap will display what creature is inside and how many hours remain until it dies. Trap icon blah blah blah. Okay. If the creature inside has died, select the trap and back blah blah blah. Body of the creature will appear on the ground, and you will have to empty the reed chest. You can use a knife to lift the body. Okay, well, I think that is a good discussion about that feature. Let's continue trying this. I think what I'm going to try from now on is picking this up with a empty backpack slot, aka that. Okay. Let's put this copper away. Okay, so we do have a couple bronze bars there, and what do we have copper-wise? I need to make some whatchamacallits, hinges for chests. So let's go ahead and start that process. We'll use the copper for that, not bronze. Okay, so we'll let that heat up, and then we'll get the coal. Might as well use this up. I think that should get it done, but we'll see. Alright, now I guess I'll munch on these a little bit, try to fill up a little bit closer to full. There we go. Now, next, okay, we could start doing fencing and trying to trap animals the old-fashioned way. In fact, I think I will do that with regard to those aurochs. So let's get these and build fences and gates. Alright, so the recipe for that is somewhere. Where is the fucking recipe for fences? Am I going crazy? Oh, no, here it is. Okay, I am going crazy. Okay, so it's just that. And then the gate is similar. It's inverted. Okay. So I need a lot more sticks is what I'm getting at. We'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, no, we need to put the coal in. Okay, and that just went out. But that'll keep going. That's fine. Alright. We have this meal in our inventory. I probably need to preserve some of it, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. With a crock, I'll get 4 of those servings, and we'll seal that in with a lump of fat. Okay. You know, I just remembered we had an extra basket over here, didn't we? We might as well make a second trap. Where's that extra basket? I just set it down somewhere, like in this. Here it is. Okay, so we've got 2 baskets that are empty. Oh, it's not the right kind of basket, is it? I need the full chest, right? Oh, we can make a reed chest. Are you serious? I can make... No way. Yeah, that's not right. Oh, I see. Okay, so we just take that, which is 10, and we add... Hold on. Is this a vanilla recipe? We add 9 plus 5 is 14 to it. Okay, so that's cool. We can actually improve that. That might be a mod, that might be a vanilla recipe, I'm not sure. Either way, I'm going to set that down for now. Alright, let's check this. That's going to take more than those 3, I bet. Okay. Well, let's get some sticks over here then. Because for fencing, we need sticks. I downloaded a mod that theoretically should allow me to make sticks out of boards. But it's not in the handbook, so I just don't know how to do it. We're gonna get plenty of sticks from felling the tree anyway, and we can just make it into firewood if we get an abundance of wood. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay. No birch seed, interesting. Let's try this one. Alright. So, not a whole lot of sticks there, to be honest. We could use some shears at some point. That would help with our stick issue. But for now, let's just go ahead and make 32 fences. That should be enough for a basic pen. And let's check on our copper. let's check this. And actually, this may well get the job done. I think it will. Okay, so we're gonna need a tongs in just a moment. And while we're waiting for that to finish, let's think about where we want our cow pasture to be. We could integrate it on these ruins a bit. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Let's build it right into the corner of these ruins. Alright. And that tree will grow, but oops, that's fine. Alright, we need about 10 to get over there. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Okay, we're 2 off. This tree is kind of in the way, isn't it? Alright. So this is an easy fix. I'll just move this up 1. Alright. So now we've got an enclosed cage. We don't have a gate on it yet, but that's okay for purposes of starting to get our cows. What I like to do is I like to build a little staircase like so. And then we will simply, put a trough in here. I think I can actually, yeah, get out. I don't think the cows are smart enough to do that, but I am. I am officially smarter than the cows. Okay, then we're going to take these. And let's grab some bait, which we'll use carrots. And then, theoretically, if the Aurochs are using their noses, they will come over here and start attempting to feed on this food. Alright, let's see what happens with that. I'm very curious how that's going to go. Let's get the copper out now. Oh, shh. We can save that. We saved the charcoal. That's cool. Okay. Or it's not even charcoal. It's black coal. Okay, so let's pour this out. We need to go with ingots this time. I could start a lamella, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's just do 6 ingots. Make most of these into those hinges, probably, if not all of them. Alright. And we'll get our tongs, put those away. And we'll let those cool. Alright, I guess if there's one last thing I'm going to do today, it would be take one more look for the iron. So I guess we'll just go over to that area where I think it is. Sorry, I was responding to a work message. Okay, so let's go over here and check where I think the iron is likely to be. And that is basically directly in this direction. If I go to hematite, which is the one type of iron I've detected so far, we've got bad indications here, better indications going this way. And so I'm thinking like right over here maybe. But that is a shot in the dark, let me tell you. I am just guessing with minimal evidence. Clay, okay. There's a wolf. Is it just a solo wolf? I need more yellow apple saplings. Yeah, it is a whole family. Let's avoid that. Let me go grab a bit of this yellow sapling. One second here. Alright, so this one is slowly recovering from my initial harvest, and it's a double. Okay, that's right, I remember this now. So, yeah, we're gonna get maybe 2, maybe 3. Yeah, we're gonna get 3 saplings here, that's good. Boy, there's somebody who's like drilling or something down below me. Oh, nice. Plenty of sticks there, that's good. Okay, let me see. Alright, if we're here, let me just do a... That is a weird drilling sound I'm hearing in my apartment. But let's just, do I have all those ladders? Yeah, I do. Okay, let's just go down in a straight hole here. So 1, 2, 3, that's 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so here we're gonna just do that. 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 And then this one. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some cassiterite here. Actually, this would be a decent place to go caving. But from the perspective of hematite, with 0.63 there, 0.96 there, it seems like it's going to be closer in. So let's try to maybe triangulate a bit and head closer in. But that would be, I mean, this is generally, with the cassiterite popping up there, that's encouraging. That's a good sign. So let's just kind of take a probe somewhere back over here a little ways. Maybe down a little. Maybe like right about here. Right next to that fruit tree there. Alright. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay. Same exact deal here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so higher on hematite. This is higher still, so I wonder maybe try down here. Alright, that's a good idea. Let's try down there. You see, these orange dots, although not as visually compelling as the Prospector Info Mod display was, are nonetheless useful for determining where the ore is going to be. So we're going to try this little sandbank here. Right about here. Alright, that's good. Alright. So let's just do it as to go down this time. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then this one. Let's see what we get. This will be interesting. This will tell us a lot. Hematite, 0.7. So maybe we have to go up here. I think we need to go up here. Alright. mean, these are all valid places, because, like, again, we still have halite, cassiterite, cinnabar. I mean, there's things in this area. None of them are overwhelmingly concentrated, but, you know, still worth considering. Alright, so we're just going to go due north and hope that this gives us closer to where we're looking for. I'm going to go right next to our little path thing that we started the episode with. Looks like the cows aren't ready to go get captured quite yet. There's a deer. I wonder if did the thing say he might get trapped in my trough? Or no, that was the cage trap thing. Okay. So let's see. I could probably just do one here. Let's just do one here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's much better on the hematite. In fact, that's significantly better than this one. So either it's here or in this direction. I mean, it's definitely not that direction. So let's keep going this way. See if we get a stronger reading out here somewhere. Maybe this peninsula. I have a lot of memories of finding iron for the first time on a peninsula for some reason. There's another family of arcs. They're spawning quite commonly. Let's try right here. Get 1, 2, 3, and this will be 2, 2, 2, 3, and this will be 3. Alright, hematite 109, so that is lower. Okay. So maybe it's up here somewhere. Or maybe I should just keep going down and see if I can find a cave system down here and just kind of see if I get lucky. Problem is I don't have enough sticks to get out, do I? Alright, we got 5 more. Well, let's just see if we get lucky and find a cave system down here. See, it's not urgent that I actually obtain the iron. It's just urgent, or urgent may not be the right word, but very, very helpful to know where it is. So when the time comes, we don't have to dick around waiting for it. Alright, now what we could do here is we could just do a diagonal staircase, which is the thing you do when you don't have sticks. But the problem with this, of course, is that there's absolutely no way to know whether there's going to be any sort of intersecting cave system. I mean, eventually there should be. There's usually a pretty big cave system down around 80 or 70, but I mean, that's usually a very common place to find caves. But that is quite a ways to go from where I'm at right now. Think about it. I mean, old Minecraft used to only have 64 layers until you got to bedrock, right? So that'd be like half of Minecraft. Old Minecraft, not the new one, which doubled the depth. Which is a good move. Good move, Minecraft. At least Terra Firmacraft had deep caverns and mines. Granted, they were boring compared to Terra Firmacraft ones. Okay, we've made it to slate. I mean, we could always just randomly come across marble too, and that's not a bad thing. And, you know, if we want to make cobblestone, for example, this is good to have all this rock. Well, not finding it. This is probably not the most compelling stream I've ever done, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I'll probably do a little searching around for iron off camera, but we'll probably see you next time on Let's Play um, Vintage Story, and hopefully by then we'll have some progress made. We have found pentlandite, which is interesting, and I will just say that by the time you get to 60, that's often where you do find iron. So maybe I'll just get down to a little bit lower before I sign off, just in case we do find something. As you can see, I'm kind of tracing the angle of the peninsula back inland so that I'm not too far off from where I want to be. Maybe if I find a cave system, it might link up with this tunnel at some point. Just go down 10 more real quick and then I'll sign off. Alright, 3 more. It is kind of therapeutic, isn't it? At least I find digging in this game therapeutic. Of course, I'm a freak. Alright, let's keep... Well, to the extent that I would keep going this way, but... Alright, maybe I'll just make a little lateral tunnel here and see if there's anything. At 60. I could do a quick, let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, a node search. That's what I was thinking. Let's see if there's a node. I doubt it. No node. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna consider this a failure and head back to the surface. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Vintage Story.